be a part of that, like providing after-school care and...
Ella está preguntando que si la Glen Oak se va a contactar con diferentes programas, como los programas después de escuela, como el que hay aquí.
And I want to let you jump in also, but we need to sit down, like I said, and look at all the recommendations, go back to the committees and talk about how we're going to look at the total programming. We're just not there yet, to be very honest, with all the construction and renovation that's going on and all the transition. Our goal right now is to get schools open, to bring our committees, because we have some top things that we want to look at in reference to primary schools, middle schools, and high schools. I know the meetings are continuing in reference to Promise Neighborhood and looking at some items or options that are available. But we are planning to work together to continue the concept, but we need to look at the funding stream for that.
Ella dice que se tienen que sentar y mirar cómo está llegando todo ahora y después van a sentarse y van a ver qué es lo que recomiendan para tener el programa más adecuado en las escuelas.
You've all heard the term used just recently for promised neighborhoods.
Nosotros tenemos el término aquí de el vecindario de la promesa.
And I'd like to quickly tell you what that's about and what the status is here in Peoria.
Y yo quiero decirle de qué se trata y cómo está aquí en Peoria.
Promise Neighborhood is a very comprehensive program to assist children from birth up until the time they go into college.
El programa de promesa es un programa que asiste a niños desde que nacen hasta el tiempo de ir al colegio.
It's based on a model that's used in New York City, the Harlan Children's Zone.
Usamos un modelo que usamos en la ciudad para acomodar a los niños.
At one point there was going to be a lot of money coming from the feds and a lot of competition from cities to get that money.
En un punto de vista ha habido mucho dinero envuelto, pero también ha habido muchos competidores que quieren ese dinero.
A group of people in Peoria from all sorts of different backgrounds wanted to work on an application to get that money.
Un grupo de Peoria quería aplicar para este dinero y todos lo querían.
I was part of that group, and after an initial look at that, there will not be an application being submitted this year.
Como parte de esto no va a haber ninguna aplicación sometida este año.
However,
Pero
when you look at what a program like this offers, it takes a very comprehensive approach to what makes a child successful in school.
Pero cuando miramos este programa, miramos de lo que puede hacer para un niño a sobrevivir y tener éxito en la escuela.
The bottom line, you can't hold the school district as the only entity that makes that child successful.
Lo que queremos decirle es que no puede ser responsable nomás el distrito de que el niño tenga éxito.
And I see people nodding their heads. Because to make that child successful, they have to have good food, good nutrition, good parents, a good neighborhood, a safe neighborhood, and a safe house and health services.
Lo que necesita un niño es tener primeramente la escuela, pero tener una buena alimentación, buen comportamiento, que sus padres le den apoyo y todas estas cosas para que pueda tener éxito.
And to be real candid, we don't need money or direction from any governmental entity to know the right way to raise a child and have a child be successful. We all know that. So what we have to do is do it.
Nosotros todos sabemos que no necesitamos un montón de dinero para que un niño pueda crecer bien, para que tenga buena educación. Solamente tenemos que apoyarlo y todos sabemos eso.
We have lots of agencies, organizations, neighborhood groups, churches,
iglesias,
families, and people that care that can work together to help that child be successful from the time of birth till the time that child successfully goes to college.
Familias y agencias y personas que pueden ayudar a estos niños para que tengan éxito y tenga suceso en su vida.
The application process for Promise Neighborhoods showed us how many entities and people in this community are willing to do that, and we'll keep working on that model.
La aplicación de este programa nos enseña cómo podemos hacerlo y cómo podemos ser un modelo para estos niños.
Including the city council, when they realized that when they wanted to build a Glen Oak school, on some of the ground of Glen Oak Park was a foolish idea, and it was citywide citizens that rose against that. And I was born and raised in the South Side, but as you know, I'm interested in the whole District 150 as a whole. I've got a number of grandkids attending the schools, and what I want to know is, are you going to have like a form to the parents of these secondary students to tell them, explain to them what you want as far as the dress code is, and tell them you're going to enforce it. Now, I don't think 4 chances. It's to me, it's kind of a weak plan. You know, if you're going to enforce it. You know, using tough love, not just with kid gloves, because it's going to fail. I'm telling you, it's going to fail, and you're going to have a lot of trouble if you keep, you know, and listen to other people that you're stepping on their suedes and all that bit. Nomás quiero decir que el plan para la nueva escuela de Glen Oak no fue nomás de la gente que radicaba allí en ese barrio. Fue una batalla de toda la ciudad, porque yo vengo del sur, la parte sur de la ciudad, allá nací. Mis gentes eran de León, Guanajuato, la cuna de la independencia. Y lo que también estaba preguntándole a la jefa de la escuela del distrito de educación, que si va a haber junta para los padres de los estudiantes que van a entrar a la secundaria tocante a la regla que tienen que ir a atender a las clases con ropa más decente, you know. Y es lo que les digo, que su plan es que les van a dar 4 chances. Eso no va a durar, you know, porque el plan es muy débil, you know. Luego deben de, si van a hacer una ley así, tiene que ser de pronto, you know. No puede ser se perdona 4 veces, you know what I mean. Es como cuando una mujer o un hombre es infiel, se puede perdonar la primera vez, pero la segunda,
We're working, actually we have a meeting scheduled tomorrow with our 3 high school principals, and I just would like to piggyback off of the initial question in reference to Woodruff. As a community, we need to move forward. We have 3 high schools now. You can shake your head. We have 3 high schools. We have Peoria High School, or Central if you're local. We have Manual High School, and we have Richwoods High School. We need to move forward. It's important to our...
Dice que están trabajando, con la pregunta que él tuvo, dice que están trabajando para tener esta junta, inclusive tienen una ya mañana, con las 3 escuelas, la Woodrow, la Central y la Richwoods.
But it's important for our children, for us as adults, to model the behavior
Es
that
muy
is
importante
expected.
para nosotros como adultos modelar cómo se comportan.
What we do on the first day of school, the 10th day of school, the last day of school,
Lo que hacemos el primer día de escuela, el número 10 día de escuela y el último día de escuela,
will set the stage
esto se va a mirar,
as to whether or not
que como que sí, que no.
our students will be successful.
Los niños pueden tener un éxito.
So I just want to make sure that's clear,
Yo quiero tener la seguridad que es claro,
because we're spending a lot of time
porque estamos tomando mucho tiempo.
talking about what's going to go wrong,
Estamos tomando tiempo en ver a ver qué es lo que va a pasar, que va a suceder malo,
instead of being excited about the opening of a brand new school year.
en vez de estar contentos con la apertura de esta nueva escuela.
So we're meeting tomorrow with principals
Vamos a tener una junta mañana con los principales
to work on the PR plan,
para trabajar en el plan de PR,
to provide the information to parents in reference to the dress code.
para darle la información a los padres en referencia a cómo vestir los niños.
You're right, it's going to take some time for our students and our parents to understand that there's a new dress code,
Usted tiene razón, vamos a tomar tiempo para los padres y los estudiantes de que tomen su tiempo,
or that the expectation is there that, because there's always been a dress code in the student handbooks.
Siempre ha habido algunas reglas en la forma de vestir en las escuelas,
But the expectation is that we will be monitoring it closely,
pero ahora la expectación es de que vamos a estar viendo las cosas más de cerca
and we expect students to comply.
y esperamos que los estudiantes cooperen.
Okay. Did that answer your question? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The blue?
Hi, my name's Karen Pilgrim, and my question has to do with Von Steuben Middle School. My son goes there, and I am concerned that because of the budget, throughout the school, all the schools, people were taken away. But it seems like with Von Steuben, nothing was brought back. We don't have an assistant principal, which this school desperately needs. A lot of the teacher assistants were not brought back. And we met APY. Our scores were higher than they've ever been. 85% in, 88% in math, 85 overall in science. In reading, we are in the 80s. So Von Steuben has excelled, and we had all those people in place last year to really help. And I think when you take away from that, you're putting more pressure on the principal, you're putting more pressure on all the other teachers when they don't have the aides, and why break a good thing, in my opinion? You know, you don't want to break something that is working, and I'm concerned that we don't have those things in place. I'm so sorry. I forgot.
La pregunta de ella dice que ella está preocupada por la escuela Von Steuben, porque dice que ahí todos los estudiantes están haciendo muy buen trabajo, tienen buenos grados y recortaron mucho personal. Ahora ya no van a regresar varias personas que allí antes trabajaban, y ella está preguntando por qué hicieron eso, le están poniendo más presión al superintendente y qué va a pasar con todo esto.
I do want to thank you and the administration for allowing Heinston to have back their assistant principal, because I have a daughter who also goes to Hines.
Ella le quiere dar las gracias a ellos y porque la escuela Hines sigue igual y ahí tiene una hija ella.
And most of the teacher assistants and teacher aides that are back
Los
there.
asistentes de maestro también van a regresar ahí.
So I think about that, but I would like you to look at Von Steuben, because it's
Ella
a
le
really
está dando
great
gracias
school.
por la Hines, pero dice que quiere que vean la situación en la otra escuela.
And then I was looking on the website tonight, because I was going to email the school board about this, and I wanted to email you, and I did not see your email on the website of the school board. Are you not having an email?
Oh, believe me, I have an email.
Okay.
Say that in Spanish
Well,
for me.
I thought you would, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Ella estaba viendo el correo electrónico de ella y dice que no encontró su correo electrónico, le quería mandar algunas palabras, pero no encontró y le preguntó si tenía correo electrónico.
I will
Dice
give
ella
it
que
to you.
sí tiene.
Okay.
We'll make sure, our public relations person is here, and we'll make sure, but it should be on the website.
I
If not, I'll
thought
give it to
would,
you. I'll be
but
glad to give it to
I
you.
could not find it anywhere.
Okay.
Thank you for, because I constantly write the school board, and I thank you for.
Le está dando las gracias, dice que ella muy frecuentemente escribe para la escuela.
Couple more questions about schools, and I really would appreciate it if it really had to do with the neighborhood,
Oh,
because that's really kind of why we're here tonight, is the neighborhood and the neighborhood schools. Yes, ma'am, you and then.